This is a Tool album. I mean, obviously it is, but I mean that it's a Tool album. It's a Tool album to the core. If you program the bot to generate a Tool album based on their previous Tool albums, this would be the output. Nothing more, nothing less, just Tool being Tool. I see they took a Brill pad and some steel wool, really cleaned up that production. It's not as dirty, and unfortunately, now I can see the bullshit clearer than ever. I actually think Tool is alright. Okay, I think they're good. Okay, no, I think they're great. I suppose I get why people think they're pretentious, but I don't really agree, and also don't care. I listen to and appreciate bands with far worse pretensions and musical endeavours and concepts than Maynard John Misty, spouting off proto-Joe Rogan enlightenment talk interluded by edible recipes, spoken in German over industrial noise. I actually think Tool are the goofiest motherfuckers on planet Earth, and they seem to know this more than their fans tend to do. So while their drop-detuned, heavy alt-metal carbohydrates mean business, I don't care to take the rest of their word any more serious than bathroom graffiti. 13 years in the making, and in that amount of time, I don't know if I'm really that interested in what Tool have to offer. This style of alt metal has been sitting in the realms for ages at this point, and here it doesn't sound dated, I just don't get wowed by anything except for the explosivity of Tempest and the halfway point onwards for Invincible. If they're offering the same thing as they were before, surely I'll just listen to that. Nothing on here is bad. I'm partial to believing it's a worthy return to form, and by form, I mean clinical forms. At best, it's meditative and momentous, and at worst, 12 minutes? Come on. This time around, there is a distinct lack of memorable mantras that hold the track's own, leaving each one to be more of a progressive linear build-up that carries on, with the occasional mathy fill to entertain you a little bit, tickle the balls and have you hunger for more. Unfortunately, by the middle of most of these tracks, I'm not hungry anymore. The horrendously shit interludes, probably placed exclusively on the digital stream so that Maynard could spitefully troll those who didn't nab the CD, you know, the one that's £80 and has a fucking TV in it, are no good, in the sense that they're aimless experiments that fizzle out within minutes and leave you wondering what all the point of that was. It's not the first time they've done this, but in the past, these interludes were bare minimum funny and or memorable moments of the track listing, and to this day remain unsung stars of Tool's slightly embarrassing and nonetheless prideful legacy. There are glimmers of reminders as to why Tool was such a big deal in the first place, bass grooves to psychedelic soloing that prove satisfying to the ears, but the result is certainly a lot more autopiloted than usual, instead of being driven by any real frenetic or urgent sensation, like on 10,000 Days, or for that grandiose sense of titanic scope on Lateralis. These songs on Inoculum are a lot more drawn out, as if to give you the fatigued sensation of queuing for lunch. Apparently there's a whole running theme about sevens on this album. Yeah, okay, cheers. It's Tool being Tool, and if you like Tool, there's nothing wrong with that, but also if you like Tool, you might not actually end up being that blown away by this, because it's Tool. Tool know Tool best, and they do Tool the best. Tool get 5 out of 10. Tool.